Let's see. What's on the docket today? Reki Kawahara digging his grave. Typical. Activision being Activision. What else is new? Ooh, Anthem launched its demo. Maybe later. Oh, fucking... Ugh. You see, kids, this is why you should use your brains more often. Now, I'm gonna level with you. I find these normie tier challenge memes grating on the mind. I also don't get the intrigue behind the Bird Box movie, or most of the trash that comes out of Hollywood these days. I can say without a shadow of doubt, I can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater, or the last movie that I watched that was released after 2010. The latest movie I've watched and enjoyed is Wonga Midnight, and that was made back in 2009, and based on a manga from the 90s. Now, that isn't to say I don't like anything that comes out of the box office. I've been longing to watch Christopher Robin because that silly old bear from the 100-Acre Wood holds a special place in my heart. And I've yet to still go see Isle of Dogs. And every now and again, I see a movie that does, I'll concede, sound interesting. I've had interest in the Kingsman series for a while, but I haven't really had the time or secured interest to pursue watching any of these movies. But today we're going to talk about my contemporaries, or not, depending on who you look to for generational boundaries, millennials, and the idiots who co-conspire with them. More precisely about the Bird Box Challenge, based on the Netflix original of the same name. The story of the movie goes as follows. A mysterious paranormal entity brings the human population of Earth to collapse through driving them to suicide. A group of survivors, a woman and her children, seek a sort of sanctuary from the entity, all whilst being blind. Yeah, they blindfold themselves to more or less prevent themselves from seeing the entity or some shit that's all around or whatever. I don't fucking know. I couldn't care less. Anywho, suffice to say, I've never been so uninterested in a story since the story of any Call of Duty game past Black Ops. But we're not here to tear director Suzanne Bier a new one. That's what Netflix's mouth-raving customers are for. According to CBS, on January 11, 2019, two of Darwin Awards 2019 candidates for Invalids of the Decade, whose names were not released to the hook by authorities, because they're minors, crashed a truck into an SUV, as well as hitting a light pole due to being blindfolded as part of the Bird Box Challenge in Layton, Utah.
Hitting is not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant.
Now, thankfully, no one is dead nor injured, but the sheer fact that someone fought on an open road with pedestrians and other drivers on said road, that driving this car like this was a bright idea for the sake of publicity and getting in on a fucking meme was a bright idea, fucking infuriates me. Hopefully the dumb bimbo who thought this was a bright idea will end up with her learner's permit revoked. I feel bad for the parents, given that now their daughter is a disgrace to their family, and will probably be a hole in their pocket now that their insurance rates are probably going to skyrocket because of this. Idiots nowadays have been inventing new ways to get themselves killed for the sake of showing off how totes cool they are, when inevitably all they'll end up being is a lesson in another statistic. Take one look at the retards who died from Tide Pods for evidence of death, and every person who dies prior and following this incident. I'm gonna make it blatantly clear to anyone who ever thinks doing this crap is a good idea. It isn't. It never is, and you bring shame to your family, you'll end up hurting or killing yourself or others. Think rationally. Think before you do something, assess what you're going to do, and say to yourself, will what I plan to do bring harm to myself or others? If the answer is yes, then I'm fairly certain that doing it is a bad idea. Say what you will about these millennials. I refuse to associate myself with that generation out of sheer vehement disapproval of their general mentality. But the fact that these people keep making stupid decisions like this really gets me thinking. Especially lately, as I've been hearing stories about fucking millennials who don't even know how to cook. I rarely cook, but that's mainly because I'm lazy and can't be arsed to make my own food. That and what I usually have at home is insufficient for my tastes desired at the time. But the fact that these fuckers can't even cook, God forbid! All in all, I don't think I have to say this, but please, for the love of God, think before you do something stupid.